I've made a couple posts regarding the trans women who were murdered, and whenever I make a post, if y'all haven't noticed, I have been adding little things in there. Not only am I saying rest in peace to the particular person, but I've been adding a little bit of things. And what I did was this. We have had 7 trans lives lost so far this year. 4 of those trans lives were lost in the month of February, since now it's technically March. But the LGBT community was shook after Chyna Gibson passed away, which was an actual very sweet soul. She was extremely talented. She was extremely beautiful, very humble. She was just a sweet person. So I can understand that she touched the lives of many people. Hell, I enjoy watching her dance. I mean, Miss Thing could tear the stage up. But what bothered me is this. When she passed away, of course, there are a lot of people that knew her, so they're going to be saying rest in peace. And they're going to be asking for justice. But what kind of irritated me is that when she passed away, everybody forgot about Keke Collier. And even when Ciara McElveen passed away the next day, or that Monday, people were still on one person. So when I made a post, I was always saying that, you know, it seems like everyone wants to be an advocate now. And what I'm praying for is that when the trend or when the justice is served or when things start to die down, you remain that advocate. I applaud anybody who wants to be an advocate, who wants to see change within the transgender community. But one thing that's going to irritate the mess out of me is when those same people that were sitting here saying trans lives matter and we need justice for this person, and then all of a sudden it dies down and we don't hear about you. Because 7 trans lives have passed away this year. Now, I do know that sometimes it takes things personal or close to you to that light bulb to turn on, and you start to understand the importance of something. I get that. I get that. But I want people to understand that all of these lives that have been lost matter. And they all deserve the same level of respect. No matter how well this person was known, no matter how close you were to that individual, they all matter. There's no levels to a life. There's no levels to a life. Either you're alive or either you're not. But either way, you were living at one point in time, and you should be given the same respect as everyone else. That's all I was saying. Now, another post that I made is a flyer was created. Beautiful flyer. And I have no problem with the flyer. I have no problem with the flyer. Well, slightly. I do have a little problem with the flyer. I think the flyer was well constructed. Whoever did it did an absolutely fabulous job, because it was a Justice for Chyna flyer. It had multiple pictures of her. I'm pretty sure y'all seen it. I've shared it on my page. But it also had these contacts at the bottom of the flyer for the news station, contact number, I believe, for the police department, and there was another contact number on there as well. And they were asking people to call, email, and let these people know that we want justice. And when I shared that flyer, I said, you know what, this is great. But I really wish that after this, y'all keep that same level of motivation for every life that is lost, not just that one. But obviously, when I made those comments, thank you, Adrian. But when I made those comments, it ended up irritating somebody. And they took it, they came into my inbox and they were letting me know that they felt like I was telling them how to mourn. Or I was telling them that that I can't, or they felt like I was saying that they should mourn a certain way. I'm not telling y'all to mourn a certain way. If somebody was close to you, they was close to you. Mourn them, y'all. I'm encouraging you to mourn them. But what I'm saying is, don't forget about the other people. No one wants to leave this world forgotten. Nobody wants to leave this world forgotten. And that's the reason why I say, that when we are talking about these trans lives, we're not just talking about the life that we knew. We're talking about all of them. Do y'all see this shirt? This is a shirt that I received at the Black Trans Advocacy Conference. Do y'all see this shirt has all of the trans women on it? It doesn't just have the one that I knew. It doesn't just have the one my friend knew. It has all of them. We should give every life the same amount of attention. We should give the same lost life the same amount of affection. We should mourn people that we don't even know. That's called being human. Do y'all understand that? I don't have to know you to care that you are gone. I don't have to know that. There's people that I'll say, we all have had situations where we'll look at the news and we'll see a sad story and we'll mourn for that person. We will mourn for that person. We'll share that article. We'll beg for justice for that person. We will. That's who we are as a community. That's the LGBTQ community. We care about other people. My thing is this: don't ever allow somebody to shadow somebody else and make them and have that person forgotten. That's my problem. We have we have an individual who passed away June the 19th. February the 19th. Miss Jaquarrius Holland passed away February the 19th. And social media didn't get all of this news until February the 27th. I want to say the 27th or 28th, whichever Monday was, Monday. So we found out that this person passed away Monday. But quickly we say it's the media's fault because they misgendered her. Now, is that true? Yes, partially. The reason why a lot of us didn't know about the death of Miss Holland is because the media misgendered her. But those are the ones that don't know or never knew who she was. Now, let's think about the ones who actually did know who she was, because she has a Facebook page. Y'all mean to tell me if Talia Castelline was to stop posting from February the 19th and go almost a freaking week without posting one thing, y'all mean to tell me that one of y'all aren't going to say, "Where's Talia?" Y'all know my mama's on my Facebook page. You mean to tell me that none of anybody's going to say, "Is Talia okay?" We have to start really, really caring for our friends. If we call them our friends, then let's be their friends. We need to start caring for these little girls, because that was a baby. That was a baby. Do y'all understand this? That was a baby. Why you think that people didn't know who she was? Well, maybe that's because she was still coming into who she is. So we need to give her that same amount of respect that we give the people that we know. If we're going to say justice for one, we cannot sit around and say Black trans lives matter. And then the next hashtag says justice for Chyna. And that's it. Now, I'm not comparing the two. I'm just bringing light on the fact that we still have to do our diligence for everyone. Not just for one, but for everyone. So if I put Black trans lives matter, if I put hashtag justice for Chyna, then I'm going to put justice for Keke. I'm going to put justice for Ciara. I'm going to put justice for Jaquarrius. Because all of their lives mattered. Now, I also brought around this comparison, especially to y'all that have the same mind frame as I have. You know, we sit around and we look at the Black Lives Matter movement, which is actually a good movement. I will give it that. It's a good movement because they're really passionate about fighting for justice. Now, the problem that people in the LGBTQ community have with Black Lives Matter is the fact that to Black Lives Matter, that doesn't include all of us. That only includes those cisgender hetero people. Because let's be serious about it. When is the last time we've gone to a Black Lives Matter march, and the topic of that Black Lives Matter march, or the reason for that Black Lives Matter march, was a trans woman? They don't say nothing about us. And then we start making these memes saying, Black Lives Matter as long as you're not trans. Black Lives Matter as long as you're not part of the LGBTQ community. But yet, our same LGBTQ community will post Black Trans Lives Matter, but only talk about the person that they know. They'll only talk about the person that's trending. They'll only talk about the person that is popular. So, aren't you doing the same thing that Black Lives Matter did by not showing everybody and putting everybody on the spotlight? Now, so we can't seek justice for one and not seek justice for all. We can't. We can't say rest in peace one without making the same amount of posts saying rest in peace to the other ones. And just like Brittany Sebastian said, exclusion is not the answer. And that's right. Exclusion is not the answer. But when you sit here and you make 50 million posts about one person and say nothing about the other person, it really makes you start to think, girl, what is my life worth? Have I done nothing? Have I not made at least one person smile in life that they could at least remember me? That's horrible, y'all. Who wants to go away from this world not having some type of impact to it? Even if it was the life of one person. And you know, I look on Miss Holland's Facebook page. Oh, I didn't want to say this. But I look on her page and we have a mutual friend. And everyone in social media didn't know that she passed away until like the 27th, 28th, like I said. But we have a mutual friend. So I looked at the mutual friends page. And that mutual friend made one post, February the 20th, that this woman passed away. That one post had 28 likes. That's it. That's it. That's all the likes I can get from being horribly taken off of this world is 28 likes. No shares. Why? Now y'all wonder why we didn't find out. Because we could have been found out. But people didn't take it seriously because we didn't know her. People didn't take it seriously because she wasn't trending. People didn't take it seriously because she wasn't popular. Are y'all understanding the reason why I was upset? And are y'all understanding now why I wanted to put emphasis that all of those lives mattered equally, no matter how well you knew them or how special they were to the community, whatever the case may be, they were still part of this community. Now, when I was in my pay-per-view group, y'all know I have a little group where they get to view me at work. They get to, every time I do makeup, I go live in the group. And one of the people in the group was talking about the possibilities of a serial killer. Now, we've all heard that possibility, that they believe that the same person may have killed multiple people, or it's a group of people that may have killed them, considering that 3 of the women that passed away are all from Louisiana. So let's really think about this. And I really, y'all know me, my mind goes up like so quickly. So let's really think about this. I want you to put your mind in the frame of somebody deranged. Try to think like a deranged person that doesn't want to get caught. Because if your idea is to kill and target us, then of course that means you didn't accomplish your job with just one person. It got to be another, right? So let's say there is, just for instance, there is a person out there that's actually going around killing trans women. And we are only in an uproar about just one. Do y'all know what type of message that sends out to the community of people that don't like us? That's saying, okay, we don't want these gays, these fags to live, these men in women's clothing. We don't want them to live. We want to kill them off. So let's start off killing off the ones that don't have friends. Let's start killing off the ones that aren't popular. Let's start killing off the ones that aren't passable. Let's start killing off the ones that no one is going to think about the next day. That's what we're telling them. We're telling them, let's target the people that no one is going to put an uproar for. Let's target the people that no one's going to write letters. They're not going to send emails. They're not going to make phone calls. They're not going to try to push bills. They're not going to try to do any of that stuff because they're not known. So let's take them out first. Then we'll work on the rest of them after we done scared the shit out of them. But when you put the same amount of emphasis on one life and you do the rest of them, that lets them know that we're not playing with none of our sisters. If you touch one of our trans sisters, I don't care who she is, where she is in the level of her transition, if you touch one of them, you're going to have a problem. That's what I'm trying to make people understand. When you say one thing about one person, you have to include them all. We want to make sure that people understand that that life is just important as the next one. And give me a second. Like I said, I don't want to come off angry. I don't like the situation, but I want y'all to understand me, and I want to educate y'all as much as possible, and I hope that y'all are sharing this. There's not a lot of viewers right now, but I'm pretty sure it's going to circulate. But when we call ourselves a community, we need to start acting like a community. We need to start acting like a community. We need to make people know that we ain't shit to play with. Do y'all realize how powerful the LGBTQ community is? We'll make public leaders. We'll make leaders like Kim Burrows shut her Facebook page down just because all of us was at her. We tore her ass alive. She had to shut down her social media just to get away from us. We need to attack like we attacked that situation. When y'all say the justice for one person, baby, I need to have phone calls to Chicago demanding justice for Keke. I need to have phone calls to Monroe begging for justice for Jaquarrius Holland. I need to have multiple calls to New Orleans because 2 women were murdered from New Orleans, Chyna and Ciara. You do for one, you do for all. We are a community. Just learn what the word community means. That's a group of people, not one. It's a group of people. So I'm going to go ahead and end this video. Thank y'all for watching. Thank y'all for commenting. And like I said, Black trans lives matter. All of the trans lives that we lost in the month of February matter. All of the trans lives we lost in January matter. All the names on this shirt matter. I don't care which one you know. I don't care which one you know. They all matter. If one of them matters to you, all of them should matter to you. That's all I want to say. So, call, share, emails, phone calls, interviews. If you know any of these women, speak their names. Speak all of their names. Continue to make them feel important. Because guess what, y'all? If y'all have the belief that I believe in, I believe that people watch over us. I believe that there are people watching over us. And if any of those women are watching over us right now, could y'all imagine how they could possibly feel thinking that my own best friend said nothing about my life? She said, she didn't say how good I used to be. She didn't say what made me laugh, what made her laugh, the enjoyment times that we have. But yet we're stuck on just one name. That one name is important, but the other 3 are too. That's all I'm trying to say. So rest in peace, Jaquarrius. Rest in peace, Keke. Rest in peace, Chyna. Rest in peace, Ciara. And hopefully we will have justice for all 4. Y'all have a good day.